Sorry, my camera is deciding to be difficult today, but I am going to go with the flow and post this in 3 parts. So if you're patient and you're supposed to get some sort of message from this, then it will happen. And if not, then you will get what is supposed to be essential from your day, even if it's not my spiritual musing. So back to the woman at the shelter. She was so wrapped with attention, and she finally said to me, I don't know what's happening to me, but I know this time I am definitely done with this addiction. I know that there is greatness that resides within me, and I know that I want to tap into it now. And I asked her, well, what shifted? What shifted that for you? And she said the birth of her son. And we talked about how those major things, especially being a mother, can absolutely, Riley loves the neighborhood dogs, shift us and help us change our perspective. But the truth is that we have to know and love and want to be with ourselves and do it for ourselves more than we have to want to even do it for our children. We have to get so in touch with the concept of motherhood that we understand it's not about just giving birth to children, that it is our divine duty and birthright as women to continue to birth and rebirth things into this world, even if we never have children or can't have children or don't want to have children. We still are creators, and we are nurturers, and we are here to give with an open, compassionate heart. And what I said to her is, it's fabulous that the birth of your son has made you want to clean up your life, but you also have to really, more so than mothering him, you have to want to mother yourself. And that was a powerful concept for her, because most people do not think of it that way. They think I can only get that type of divine, beautiful, mothering love from my birth mother, from my own mother. And this is why so many people who have had difficult relationships with their mother, or very difficult childhoods where their mothers did not protect them in abuse situations, or their mothers abandoned them, or their mothers were drug addicts, go on to carry that bag of rocks around and say, well, did you hear my mother's story? Have you heard my mother's story? And to think I cannot possibly heal from something such as so tragic as not having a mother who was there for me and loved me. Also, people who've lost their mother, maybe their mother died from cancer or something else, died very young. This is where we have to turn those concepts inside out and say, I need mothering, and I would like it to be from my birth mother. But if it cannot be that way, I am going to seek mothering, and I am going to find it from other women. But most especially, I am going to mother myself, and I am going to become attuned to the Divine Mother. There is nothing that has saved me more in my life, and I sought through a lot of religions and spiritual books, and every way that I could seek, I have sought. Nothing has saved me like the idea of there being a feminine aspect to God. This gave me a lap to lay my head in on my worst days, to know that that mothering, nurturing energy that loved me unconditionally and never judged me and always thought I was good enough was always there, and I only had to reach inside myself for it. That's a deep thought. So when I was done talking to this woman at the shelter, who said she had a very challenging childhood, did not get into the details, but said that that was what she had used as her rationalization all her life as to why she had become a drug addict, because she didn't want to deal with her terrible childhood. And we talked about the fact that at some point, it gets to the point where you just understand and know that I have to put that bag of rocks down. I have to stop using that as the excuse that it is, because I am a divine creation. I have divine light and love and source energy available to me at all times. It is an unconditional love. It is self-sustaining, and I don't need anything or anyone outside of me to fill that for me. I just need me, and I just need what is source for me. And that is a thought that awakens you and starts you on a path to freedom. So I'd said to her, well, besides your son being born, what else has happened? What what are you attuned to now? What is your source energy? And she said, I don't know. She said, I just know I see things differently. I ask myself more questions. I listen to myself. She didn't use the word intuition. She didn't use the word seeing the world through spiritual eyes. Those are things that I said to her. Do you think it's this? Do you think it's that? But every time I asked the question in a different way, she still had the same answer, which was, it's just a knowing. It's just an inner knowing that I am done. That is not, I am not that woman that I was any longer. And I can choose to be this woman starting today. And that every day, it's so exciting that every day is a rebirth and a celebration and a birthday party for us as women. So the conversation went on, and we lost track of time. And when I was saying goodbye to her, I said to her, you know, she said, thank you so much for this today. You just opened me up to talking about this and seeing things in a new way and allowing me to talk about this. And I said, fabulous. That's why I come, because I needed someone to do that for me many times in my life. And I decided to give it to somebody else. And now I'm also getting it in return. And I'm drawing women and women friends into my life that are able to do that for me now, because I finally stopped feeling sorry for myself and put my bag of rocks aside and said, what can I do to serve someone else? What can I give? How can I give someone else what I feel I do not have in my life? And that is when things come back to you in double time, triple time, quadruple time. And I said to her, because I felt this, I just felt it, and I needed to say to her, I go, you know, I said, didn't everything just stop this whole hour and a half that we were sitting here? Like, literally, time stopped and nothing else was happening except me and you in this moment, because we were putting everything that was outside of us. And she was like, yeah, I absolutely feel that way. I feel like time did stop. And I said, that's because we were making a conscious choice to come from our soul and to see things with those spiritual eyes. And if we can carry that outside with us when we leave those sacred moments, that is what true living is. And I started out this woman's circle by talking about essence and what is essential. And even though I had no theme for this, because I just don't want to do anything that's themed or controlled or pre-planned anymore, you know, the spontaneity of saying, I think I'm going to make a longer video today felt really good. And even though I screwed it up and did it in 3 parts, so what? You know, you get to a point where you start to understand that you have to live your life from that place of essence and what needs to be in my life and what needs to go. And am I living from those principles of being present with somebody and listening and really understanding that we're all one entity on this planet, and we come from source and we will return to source, and we are always protected and watched over, and it's always available to us if we would just reach for it. These are the principles that free us. Let us not forget them, for they are all. If you can touch one person a day, it does not matter how famous, how rich, what your job titles are, what color your skin is, how old you are, how many wrinkles you have, all the horrible things you've done in your past. None of that matters. All that matters is that you get up today and you say, I am whole. I am reaching for the wholeness of me, and I'm going to live from that place. That is what makes us, as Carolyn Myss says, one of my favorite authors, an everyday mystic, that we are living what we are reading or preaching or wanting to be. Just start doing it. Just start being it. And understand how unbelievably beautiful and unique you are. There is only one you. That makes you a planet Earth. That makes you a planet Saturn. That makes you a moon. That makes you a star. There is only one of you, and your light is important and vital for everybody else. The energy that you create in your little world doesn't have to be on the news or in a magazine or in a best-selling book. It will filter out even if nobody sees it, if you never make a video, if you don't even go on social media. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do from that kind place in your heart filters out and adds to the group consciousness and creates this beautiful energy, this healing vibrating, essential world that we all want to live in. So everything matters. And don't take everything seriously, but choose how to live your days and your nights and fill your life with things that fill you up and fills your soul up. I think that's good. I hope you all have a blessed full moon evening. Thank you for listening to my Gypsy Goddess ramblings. And make yourself a little altar. Say a prayer tonight and call in that inner woman, that inner divine feminine, the great goddess who lives within all of you, and ask her to be with you. Goddess blessings. You can find all of my goddess artwork and the 2 books that I wrote for Women's Awakening to Goddess Path on my journey, which were all the answers that I was given to the questions I had. And some of them are just more questions. Oh, ask a question, you'll get another question. And sometimes the goddess actually does that because she wants you to get to your own answers. And you will get to your own answers. But you can find all of that in my Etsy shop, which is Dream a Little Designs. And also, I'm also I don't say Reiki healer, I'm a Reiki light worker, meaning that I can help you call in your energy and get more in tune with it and start the process of you healing you. Because yes, you have to do the work. There's nothing outside you that's going to do the work. And you're fully capable. You can do it. And we need you. We need you to bring your light and love into this world. Goddess blessings. Get out there and love that moon tonight. White witch kisses.